Okay, so we have UFC Fight Night Cejudo versus Song this weekend. It's time to do some predictions, and this card was great. It was a great fight night, and then it had 7 canceled bouts. So it's only good now, I'd say. It's still very good, but it could have been great, unfortunately. 7 canceled bouts, and we're still a week away, so yeah, we're fucked if we lose any more fights on this card. But the card is still very good. All right, let's start first with the first fight in Modestas Bukowskis taking on Rafael Sequeira. This is a pretty hard one, I'd say, because it's hard to really say how good Rafael is. Not much to go off of. Got KO'd very early without showing much against Ibo Aslan in his UFC debut. I don't know, man. It's hard. Modestas is good, but he's really bad at winning. Like he's most known for that loss against Khalil where he got his fucking oblique kick injury. That was just disgusting to watch, but I think I'm going to pick him. He is good. He's very dangerous. He throws with intent. He has good power. He's fucking huge for the division. Long reach. Rafael is big as well, but he just looks slower, less powerful, less tested. I'm going to go Modestas here. I think he gets this one done by decision, most likely. He's capable of KOing Rafael, but I think he's going to play it a little safer on a loss streak, I'm pretty sure. No, he might actually be coming off of a single win, against that one guy. I forget, but he's a good fighter. I'm going to pick him. I trust the experience he has in the UFC over Rafael Sequeira and his mid-ass wins outside of the UFC. So yeah, give me Modestas by decision. Next fight, we have Nursultan Ruzemboyev taking on Eric Mikoniko. All right, interesting name there. But Eric, his fights outside of the UFC, making his debut in this fight. His fights outside of the UFC are terrible. All the guys suck. It's shitty promotions. And Ruzemboyev, before he got exposed by Buckley for being terrible at grappling, he was doing pretty good, KOing 2 people impressively, pretty good names. It was Ferreira and I forget the other guy, but oh no, it was Dumas. 2 people who have been finished before. It's not like he's the only guy capable of finishing them and stopping the fight, but he's good. Very huge. He's literally like a fucking Sasquatch for the division. He's so big. And yeah, I think he gets it done on the feet. Reach advantage, powerful, dangerous guy. Has a lot of feints. His feint game is really good. He's constantly feigning, and he actually backs them up, unlike people like Izzy who just feint with no real threats coming after the feints. He actually feints and then throws. So I'm going to go Ruzemboyev here by KO. I think it's the KO here. I think it's a comeback win off of that performance against Buckley, which was not impressive. He looked really bad in that. So yeah, give me Ruzemboyev with a KO in the second or third round. Next, we have Ricky Simon taking on Javid Basharat, all right? And I think I'm going to go Ricky Simon here. I think he's a really good underdog. I haven't looked at the odds, but I assume he's an underdog. He's on a losing skid. Javid Basharat, the Basharat bros, they're hyped up. I assume he's an underdog here, okay? But I think Javid Basharat and his skinny ass, his weak ass, who's got out grappled by people before, is going to get out grappled here. I think Ricky Simon's grappling is good. It hasn't looked the greatest against his last 3 opponents because he's gone against killers just back to back to back. But I think Ricky Simon is still good. He can still win in the UFC. He better win because that'll be a 4-fight skid if he loses. So I think Ricky Simon gets him down, controls him a lot, maybe even gets a late 3rd round submission. That's the prediction, actually. I'm going to go with Ricky Simon by submission. I think this is one of the best underdogs on the card. Next fight, we have Mansour Abdul Malik taking on Nick Klein, all right? And unfortunately, Nick Klein's going to get KO'd to the stratosphere, all right? Nick Klein, man, I really liked him. I watched him on the Contender Series get that submission win. Really impressive grappler. But Malik is no joke, okay? He has a 100% finish rate. He's actually facing decent levels of competition with wins outside of the UFC, which is fucking rare, all right? He's good. He's huge. He's so much stronger. I don't think he's going to be able to get taken down. Sure, could I see Malik gassing with all that muscle and Nick Klein getting the late fight submission? I could see that. Definitely possibility. But, I don't think so. I think Nick Klein is good. I love his hair. I loved him on the Contender Series. He was funny saying that John Jones line to Dana after he won. But, I just think he's going to get KO'd. He just looks like a guy who gets KO'd. He just does. He looks like I don't know. He just looks chinny. And, yeah, sometimes that's all you need. You feel something, you take it, and you go with the pick, all right? This is MMA. No one knows shit, all right, when it comes to predictions. But I do think I know something here, and I think Mansoor will get it done by KO in the first or second round. Next, we have Andre Philly taking on McQuizzle Costa. All right, and this is a hard one because my bias cannot be put aside. I love Andre Philly. All right, he's a cool dude, fun ass fighter, such a fun style, and coming off of his win, I think he's coming off of his win against Cub Swanson, right? That was a very impressive performance. He beat Cub Swanson in a 3-round kickboxing fight. That's impressive, all right? Especially since we have Swanson getting KO wins and shit still. He's still got it. So, Andre Philly, very inconsistent. He's always been a win 1, lose 2, win 2, lose 1 kind of fighter. But I think he can win this, okay? McQuizzle Costa has good grappling, but it's not that good, okay? And Andre has good defensive grappling, and he's a dad now. The dad strength, the dad heart, the dad will is in him, okay? He's a different fighter now. He had a kid, if you didn't know. He's coming back to the octagon to fucking win, all right? He wants his show and win money, all right? Give me Andre Philly by, I'd probably say decision, because Costa's really tough. He has been KO'd in the octagon before. It was a really bad stoppage. Took a lot of damage. He was wrestling the ref after it got stopped. Really bad. Brutal. And yeah, I think his chin's good. I think it's good enough to not get KO'd, but I think Andre defends the takedowns and outclasses him on the feet for 3 rounds. Give me Andre Philly by decision. Okay, next we have an awesome-ass fight. Ayan Kutalaba taking on Ibo Aslan. Literally 2 people who they don't do defense, okay? Their defense is both terrible. So I think this is a guaranteed first-round stoppage. Maybe it's not, because maybe Ayan will try to grapple. I don't know. But if there was one fight on the card where I had to say it's guaranteed to be a stoppage in the first round, most likely, it's this one. Ibo Aslan, he's crazy, huge, fast, powerful. He's going to come forward like an orc. All right, he's kind of got that Marvin Vettori kind of style, except he's actually kind of powerful and can finish people. So, yeah, give me Ibo Aslan by first round stoppage. I know that's the easy, boring, lazy pick, but I think it's what's going to happen. Like, he's coming off a really good performance in his debut, and yeah, he's going to win, man. Ayan has taken so much damage, been chinned by so many people. He's coming off of a win, but it was against that one guy, Ivan, that guy was gassed in the first round. He was bad. All right, give me Ibo Aslan by first round destruction. Okay, next we have Alonzo Metafield taking on Julius Walker. This is the start of the main card, all right? This is a hard one. I think this is a really hard one because Alonzo Metafield, man, he's kind of fucking bad. Like, if you look at his fights, he's kind of just really bad. Like, he's really big and muscular, and he's known for his power, but he doesn't have that many knockouts. He doesn't have that many finishes, to be honest. He loses a lot against a lot of people that he probably shouldn't be losing to. His submission game is real, but dude, Julius Walker is good. Like, I'm watching his fights. He looks really athletic, has a dangerous submission game. Obviously, he's not as good on the feet, and he doesn't have as much power as Alonzo, but this is a hard one. I am going to go Alonzo Metafield here because I just can't pick someone debuting. I just don't like doing it, especially when Alonzo Metafield has faced high levels of competition. He has faced really good people. He's beat good people. I don't trust picking him, but I'm going to do it, okay? I think he's overrated, but I think we'll get this one done. Probably by decision, where he just is in the moment more and gasses less. Even though he's muscular as fuck and he's probably going to gas, but I don't know, man. I want to pick Julius. If I was wrong here, hey, I said it. Maybe Julius is going to win, bro. He might win. All right, give me Alonzo Metafield by decision. Next, we have a really good one. The return of Gene Silva taking on Mesleek, whatever his fucking last name is. I'm not saying it, bro. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna go Gene Silva. I'm not gonna be the guy who picks Meslique here. He's alright. He's dangerous. He's good, but Gene Silva just has all the momentum, all the aura. He's really good. I do think his defense is fucking terrible, but his chin is iron. It's made of rock, brother. And yeah, I think he gets this one done. Probably by decision. I think Meslique's really tough. I don't really know. I only watched one of his fights, to be honest. I'm going to be real, bro. But, I'm just not picking against Gene Silva. Should I do more research for this one because he actually could lose? I do think Gene Silva is slightly overrated. He's kind of relying on his toughness a lot to win fights a lot of the time, but no. All right, I'm going to go Gene Silva, probably by third round finish or decision. He's good. He can submit you. He can knock you out. He's good, man. He has power for the division. He's big for the division. He can fight at 155 comfortably. We've seen that. So as long as he makes weight and the cut is not bad, I think Gene Silva makes this one look easy. Next we have Rob Font taking on Gene Matsumoto. Another Gene right in a row. All right. I'm gonna go Rob Font. I thought Gene Matsumoto lost his last fight against I forget who. I like the kid. I forget his name though. I thought he lost that fight, man. I thought he lost 2 of the rounds. I'm gonna be real. I thought he got out damaged, and I thought he just pushed up against the cage a lot and won that fight off of that. So, yeah, I think Rob Font's a hard matchup for him. He can't finish him. Rob Font's never been knocked out. He has an iron chin. I don't think he's ever been knocked out. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. He's really tough, and he looked good in his last fight, man. I thought whatever that guy's name was, the guy who looks like Jesus, I thought he was going to destroy Rob Font with the grappling, but he gassed in 1 round, and Rob Font just put it on him. I think he finished him or something. Forget. But, yeah, I don't know, man. This is a hard pick. I don't know the odds on it, but I just feel like Rob Font's going to beat him. I feel like he's just on, different timing now. He was preparing for Dominic Cruz, so he's ready. Gene Matsumoto is coming in on short notice. He's not prepared as well as he should be. He's gonna have a worse gas tank. He has less experience, and I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. He doesn't have as much finish potential as we all say. So yeah, I'm gonna go Rob Font by decision. I think he'll take a Zoe and ruin all the fun. Give me Rob Font. Okay, next we have a banger, the rematch of Brendan Allen and Anthony Hernandez. And yes, you heard me right. They fought once outside of the UFC. I think Fluffy won. I do think he won. I don't remember. I didn't watch it, but I looked at it. Pretty sure Fluffy won. All right, and he's going to win again. In my opinion, Brendan Allen, man, he's overhated. I picked him against Amavov like an idiot, but he looked terrible in that fight, man. The takedown worked in round 1. He won round 1. And then he was just biting ankles the whole rest of the fight. He couldn't get another takedown for the life of him. He has an iron chin, but his striking's mid. It's just not that good. He doesn't kick enough. He's not high output. He doesn't have power. And I think Anthony Hernandez, man, he could be a future champ. I think his striking's, his hands are kind of bad. His kicks are really good. His hands kind of bad. But insane gas tank, will never gas. Crazy submission ability. His just grit and biting down on the mouthpiece ability is just like no other. He's going to outgrit you. He's going to outpace you. And I think he submits him. I think we could see him submitting Brendan Allen, which would be really impressive. Brendan Allen has really high-level accolades in grappling. So, yeah, give me Anthony Hernandez by smothering the first 3 rounds. Or, no, it's only 3 rounds, I think. First 2 rounds, just smother him. And then the 3rd round, he gets the submission after gassing him. Because he gassed against Amavov, kind of, which wasn't even that high output. So, give me Anthony Hernandez every fucking day. I don't know who it's going to take for me to pick against him. Might be a champ. I don't know. We'll see if he gets a title shot one day. Okay, the main event, man. Henry Cejudo taking on Song Yadong. I think I'm going to win, man. I think I'm going to win this Saturday night, man. I really do. Yeah. I don't think so, bro. I made a video yesterday talking about how I think Henry's going to lose. I think he's going to lose, man. I think he's going to fucking lose. Henry, man, you ruined your legacy so bad. Oh, it's so rough. But yeah, I just think Song Yadong's a bad style. He has really high level grappling. It's not going to be easy to just control him and get him down. I think it will be easier to control him than it will be to get him down. So if he does get him down, I do think Henry can control him for whole rounds. That is possible. He can win this fight, but dude, I just think Song Yadong is going to fuck him up. I think he's going to fuck him up on the feet. Henry's so slow now, not as dangerous. His knees in the clinch used to be really dangerous, as we saw against Marlon Morales, but he just doesn't have it anymore. He's old, unfortunately. He just shouldn't have retired. He shouldn't have retired and come back. He should have just stayed in the game and kept going on his run. But now he came back too late, wanted some more money. He's too old, too slow. Yeah, just doesn't have that same grit, that same champion mentality. And I don't think he's winning, man. I think he's going to go from double champ, barely any losses on his career, to a 3-fight losing streak, losing to the likes of Song Yadong, which is not a bad loss, but he's not a champ, and he'll probably never fight for a belt, so not the best loss. I think it's a really bad style matchup for him. Song Yadong hits like a truck, big, buff, stocky guy, really experienced, been in there with the best of them in the division. So yeah, I think he's gonna lose, man. I think Song Yadong gets it done, probably by decision. I don't think he'll finish Henry. Henry's really tough, underrated chin, underrated grit. So yeah, that's the card. Really good fight night, actually. I hope no more fights get canceled, because then it will go from really good to just good. It was great. Now it's really good, and it still has the possibility to go down to only good. So let's hope, man. Let's hope no more fights get canceled. That is the story of MMA these past few years. Just so many cancellations. Like, we've already had one happen this year with Islam and Moicano. Fuck, man. Or I guess Armin. Fuck you, Armin. You ruined everything. All right, that's the card. Those are the predictions. I'll see you on the next one.